which I am. Currently, I'm on the last IV bag. I'm on the last IV bag. And that means I would have been doing chemo from 8 in the morning to 2 p.m. straight on the drip. People have come and gone. So we'll give people time to get in the room.
Good.
What's going on? Yeah. So currently, this chemo takes a long time. This one feels kind of cold in my veins. Whatever chemical this is. The last IV bag. It's been a nice day though, all things considered. If you guys have any questions, go ahead, fire away. I'd be more than happy to answer. But they have warm blankets they give you. There's nothing like a hot warm blanket on you, I'll tell you what. And because everything inside the IV is so damn cold, oh, I'm feeling okay. Um, I'm feeling okay. After I came and got set up, um, I went to sleep for a little bit, and I just woke up, and I got maybe another half hour. I've been doing this drip since seven. My appointment's at 7:45, and it'll be done by about 2 o'clock. And my driver, he was supposed to go by the food pantry today because it usually takes 24 hours before the sickness hits you. So anything that I need to get done, I need to get done today. He was supposed to go by while because I had to get my ride uphill. I asked that the driver who was supposed to take me, but he wasn't on shift, would just swing by the food pantry and drop me off home. That's it. Well, he can't go by the food pantry today. He's gonna have to try to go by tomorrow. He just texted me that just now when I was scheduling for him to pick me up. So about 2 o'clock, I can go see my puppies again. But he's not gonna bring the food till tomorrow. Now tomorrow, 24 hours from now, I'm gonna be sick with chemo. I'm not gonna be able to move. So I'm not gonna be able to put that food up. I'm not gonna be able to put it in the refrigerator or that milk or whatever they give you. You would think that because I got my own way up here and showed dedication and commitment to sticking to the process with the chemo, that the least he could have did because literally the food pantry is literally half a block away from where he drives every day in the doctor's office. He could just drove around there. He said I didn't tell him where to leave my food, and he didn't want to leave it out there because those predators might get it as at the hotel. And that makes sense, that does make sense. And I got to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I hope when he brings that food from the food pantry tomorrow, hopefully the sickness hasn't hit yet, because if that sickness comes from the chemo, I might be able to open the door and he could just sit that box down. And that's as far as it's going to go because that chemo sickness is a nightmare. But I got at least 24 hours before that starts to hit. But see, this is all it basically is. Coastal Cancer Center. If there's any questions you guys have, there's not a lot of people online today. What is this? If you've seen the names of some of these medications, you would not believe it. I can't even begin to pronounce some of this. Yeah. What it is that when you have a chemo appointment, you sit around and your mind wanders. So you just think. You just think. You think, Jonathan, what's going on? You think a lot. And when you think a lot, you think about the good stuff, the bad things, the lessons you've learned. And it keeps you to a place where you really can't sleep. not because not because you're like in physical pain. Matt, thank you so much from Ireland. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. You can contribute to the channel down below in the description. Cash App, $ Anthony Young 1978. PayPal is at Intuitive Anthony 1978. What it is just mentally exhausting. Because physically you can lay your body down, but mentally you kind of, because basically this is cancer. This has ended so many lives. So you start taking stock of shit and start putting things in order. And people who don't need to be there in your life, you have to go by the wayside. But considering that we are chosen ones and we have to put our boundaries up and cut people off, those two go hand in hand. So it's for your best. It's for your health too. You know what I mean? It's for your health. It's really for your health. But today, when I get home, I'll probably take the dogs for a walk. I got 24 hours before this chemo sickness starts. So I'll take the dogs for a walk. Really, spend some time with them today because for the next 2 days, I'm going to be incapacitated. I'm going to be out. I mean, just waking up is tedious. And when you wake up and immediately feel sick, it's like close your eyes back. You just want to close your eyes back and make it go away. But my beard's falling out. My mustache is torn to shreds. But that's just the effects of chemo, guys. So if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. Um, Hit the thumbs up, guys. It sends it up an algorithm. It really helps. And if you can't contribute, you don't have to. But if you can, and the Most High moves you, down below in the description, Cash App and PayPal. Cash App is $ Anthony Young 1978. PayPal is at Intuitive Anthony 1978. So the driver wasn't able to go out of food pantry. So he says he's going to try to go tomorrow. That way he can drop the food off to me. But hopefully he'll catch me at the house before. But I have an appointment tomorrow. I'm not going to no, pardon my French. I'm not going to no fucking appointment tomorrow. What appointment? No, we're not doing that. They're going to have to telehealth that bitch. They're going to have to do that shit from home because chemo takes precedence. And you ain't going to have me running up and down the road sick with chemo. We're not doing that. Absolutely not. So I'll call my case manager. Never get this cough. But I still got a bunch of good medicine that Alexandra gave me. She bought a bunch of medicine and had it delivered. Thank you again, Alexandra. Thank you so much. Because see, in that room, I turn the air up. Then it gets too cold. Then I turn it off. Then I turn on the fan and it gets too stuffy. So that might just be from the changing of the temperatures. But whatever temperature I find it at tonight, once I wake up the following day, it's over. I'm not going nowhere. And they said I have an appointment tomorrow, which I have no idea where. But if it's a doctor's visit, they're going to have to telehealth that bitch because I'm not doing it. Hell no, I'm not even trying to move when that sickness comes on me. Because, oh boy, those doctors and nurses don't want that. Trust me. Because when you're sick and you're feeling bad, the slightest thing can set you off. But guys, do you have any questions? I'll answer them to the best ability I can. But I wanted you guys to see it's really really nice though. Like the area is really really nice. So as far as last looks go, one could do worse from Kill Bill. But like when I first came in, yeah, me too. I'm praying for the delay. Um, I'm gonna just try to see if he can do it as early as possible. That way I can at least get up and waddle over to the bed and open the door and get this food and put it up and waddle back to the bed and just wait for you know, the side effects. But it should work out. It should work out. It really should. I woke up because I came at 7:45. Which that means I was up by 6. And as soon as they hooked me up and everything, they put those warm blankets right here on me. I went out like a light. Because that's the thing with chemo. You sit in the room and you basically stare at the walls. TV's playing, you can hear the TV, but that's entertainment. You facing some life or death challenges and situations here. So it just sounds like womp 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 in the background. So you in your head, but you're just like zoned out, or stressed out, zoned out, and it's not really stressful. You're just realizing that you don't have an infinite amount of time here on this planet. You know what I mean? And if this chemo is any indicator, you better get busy getting busy doing what you set out to do. Then you become so focused on what you need to do that everything else kind of takes a back seat. So entertainment ain't really entertainment. This kid that's like 20 something years old that stays out there where I'm at the hotel. He was like he sits down and he plays his video games, and I was talking to him. I was like, you know, there were video games when I was younger that I do used to like, but I can't see myself spending hours and hours of time playing a game when I could be working on my purpose. It just seems like wasted time to me. He wouldn't understand that because like he's 21 years old. So he hasn't seen life. He hasn't experienced life enough to know that it's not like he's short on time. He's 20 years old, so the whole world is his oyster. But I am 46. Actually, I'll be 47 in 2 months. I didn't even realize that. Damn. I'll be 47 years old. It's really, really cold in the IV. Like, it's like they're putting ice water. Evan McKeon, what's going on? If you have any questions, I'm going to try to answer them. The needle on the chemo is very, very small. It's very small, but the liquid inside is really, really cold. And when they first hook you up to the IV, this is the best way I can describe it. Have you ever been to the dentist when you were little? Before the spazzing out because you know they were going in your mouth with scissors or whatever. When they put fillings in your mouth and you get that taste of metal and you can smell it, it's a distinct smell. You know what it is, and it's a distinct taste. Like say you've had your teeth fillings, and in Florida they used to do the metal ones. They used to do the metal ones. Well, that metallic smell and taste that they had, that the dentist office had, whenever they gave you something, I can't. As soon as this IV went in, that's what you felt. That's what you tasted. It's that metal taste. I don't know what I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to describe it, but it immediately transports you back to the first time you ever went to the dentist, and I think I was like 6 years old. You see how chemo has a way of bringing everything full circle? Because I was sitting here, I was wondering if I should go live. Because this is like the chemo and stuff, it's really, really personal. But it's no confidential information. I'm not worried about stuff like that. But when you're thinking about the end of your days, or extend, not saying you're gonna die, but you're thinking about your life in review, can be very hard for some people. Not me personally, because I tried to live upright. I didn't do it. I didn't go out there and hurt people and do stuff maliciously to hurt people. So that's not what I'm worried about. I'm just worried that I finish creating my legacy before it's time for me to go. I ain't worried about being down here for 100 years old living down here. No, I'm not worried about that because I've always saw life as a test. So I'm not committed to staying down here. I'm not a karmic. I'm not a materialism person. And when you're in chemo, you have a lot of time to think. A lot of time to think. And a lot of those thoughts are not always good thoughts. That's why I was kind of nervous about going live. Because you're in a very vulnerable state, mentally. Because the night before you're sitting up and you're in the room thinking about the chemo. And I was actually, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I was really looking forward to the chemo. And not because of the hair falling out and all that other stuff, but because I started feeling so much better when I got after the sickness. I started getting so much better with the knot that was on my neck, the ability to swallow, the ability to swallow and eat. I had a little more energy. I was up with the dogs, playing with them after the sickness wore off. And I mean, my beard fell out and my mustache fell out, but I can always grow that back. But you can't grow another body back, so I'll take the larger of the two. So um, I want to see this through all the way to the end. Yeah, I got rid of that. I'm not dealing with no deity mess. See, that's the sad thing. People are, see what I'm saying? Like that, the whole thing about deity, that comment that the person made. I don't have time for that. And when you have, when you fighting cancer, useless conversation gets to be a pain in the ass. So this is not useless. This is these. You guys are the subscribers, and you're the ones who are keeping me afloat while disability drags their knuckles through the dirt. But silly little conversations like Trump. What's Trump doing? I could care less. He can burn it all down for all I care. I don't have time for that. That doesn't affect my day to day life. I'm not worried about it. That's somebody else's conversation. And when you have when you have health issues that you have to worry about, all that frivolous conversation, gotta take the highway. Did you see what she was wearing? I could care less if that bitch was wearing an onion bag. I got bills to pay. I just I always knew. I was like, why am I stuck down here with these grinning idiots? But you get to think about a lot of stuff that a lot of stuff that you did in life. People who made a mark, people who didn't, and it really gives you a chance to evaluate. And Miss Troy, I'm probably gonna write some more in my manuscript today. I'll probably write some more in my manuscript today, and send it over. Because for the next few days, physically, I'm not going to be able to do much of nothing. But I can still keep recording my life story that way I can get it over there to you. And since my mind's been all over the world tonight, it's been all over the world tonight. It's been staring at walls, but I've been a million miles away because you're sitting here. Because thank you, Llewellyn. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. You sit there, and my mind's been all over the world. And physically, it's I mean, I'm just sitting in one place, but mentally, it takes a toll on you to know that it could have been over for you, and it makes you really think about what message you want to leave behind. What message do you want to leave the world? And so I have about 24 hours before that sickness tears my ass up. So I'm gonna sit on the bed, and he didn't go by the food pantry tonight. Damn it! Damn it! Can do ramen noodles. Um, don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe if you want to contribute down below underneath the video. Cash App $ Anthony Young 1978. PayPal is at Intuitive Anthony 1978. So when I first got here, everything, every place was empty. Every chair was empty. Um, then I fell asleep because once they put these warm blankets on you, it's over. You feel like a newborn baby, swaddling clothing. Remember that in the Christmas play? He was dressed in swaddling clothing. I was always wondering what swaddling clothing is. It's this. They warm these up, and they said you want a warm blanket. Can I have two, please? Soon as they hooked up the IV and put that soon as they put those blankets on me, I swear she set the IV up, walked off, and that was the last time I saw her. As soon as she put it on, she started giving me the Benadryl and other medications that they have to put in. Because it's not just straight chemo; it's like other medications they put in at different intervals and stuff like that. And I sat there and talked to her. We had a good conversation. There was nobody in here. And as soon as she put those warm blankets on me, I was talking to the angels. I was talking to the angels. I swear that lady, as soon as she put those blankets on me, she might have made it to that room and I was gone already. I am not lying. So when you're thinking about, I don't know about how everyone is, but personally with me, with the chemo appointment, it's more of mental preparation than anything. Because you start thinking about the things you did and how you could have did things differently. And then you have to make your peace with yourself. Like I may not be the nicest and friendliest person all the time. Okay. There's worse things in the world than hurt feelings. But on those days when you have chemo and your stressors are up, that means I'm saved by the bell. That means I'm done. Chemo's finished. I just heard it go off. I just heard it all go off. Thank you, Llewellyn. I think I just heard it go off. I tell you, my mind is all over the place because of the chemo and everything. But that means I'm done. Round two. I'm going. I'm Mike Tyson in this thing. Now, don't check on me. I mean, don't say that tomorrow because once the sickness hits, I might be down for the count. But I'm moving forward. You ready? Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to go because this is the end of my treatment. I gotta call my driver, and continue life. But I'll talk to you later, guys. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.